1.
Artificial intelligence has learned to recognize sarcasm. Researchers from the Netherlands have created an artificial intelligence-based sarcasm detector that can detect when this lowest form of wit is being used. The neural network was trained on short scenes from comedy series such as Friends and The Big Bang Theory, in which researchers left special tags that let the neural network understand that sarcasm was on the screen. It turned out that sarcasm permeates human communication more than is commonly believed, so understanding this phenomenon is of great importance for unhindered contact between people and machines. As a result, now in 75% of cases, the neural network can distinguish sarcastic ridicule and malicious irony from sincere expression of feelings and emotions. In general, we can say that machines have become even more human, and since then, they can work not only with dry text, but also with emotions.
2.
AI cinema is not only Sora. The second International AI Film Festival was held in Los Angeles, organized by the startup Runway, which was attended by 2,500 contestants. Anyone could apply for participation in the film festival, while it was not necessary to use Runway neural networks when creating competitive works. The Grand Prix was awarded to a surreal film about a Japanese immigrant called Get Me Out, which brought the winner $15,000 and 1 million credits to work on the Runway platform. Every time an expat tries to escape from a fancy American house, he does not give him the opportunity to get out. The house torments the main character, forcing him to face his past. The director of the film, Daniel Antabai, says that artificial intelligence allowed him to create complex visualizations that he had never dreamed of before.
3.
ChatGPT marries a Chinese woman named Li. The GPT-4 Omni-language model was released quite recently and immediately attracted public attention with its unusual humanity. The neural network is able to become a friend, mentor, assistant, defender, in general, anyone, for any purpose and for all occasions. The Chinese woman was so carried away by her pocket boyfriend that she did not notice how this relationship had gone too far, considering only the half-human composition of this couple. The unusual couple walked along the beaches, hung out in clubs, did shopping, until one day an artificial intelligence proposed to the girl to get married. And now GPT-4o officially belongs to a Chinese woman named Li. The wedding will take place very soon, as the groom has already managed to get to know the bride's parents.
4.
Artificial intelligence will write the story of your life. They say that in old age a person becomes like his whole life with all its sorrows and joys, ups and downs. And already today, any internet user, having given their photos to artificial intelligence, can receive in response such a spectacular video with the story of their life. By itself, a biographical time-lapse with the effect of morphing is already a familiar thing, but never before has the creation of a video album of this level been so accessible to the masses. Of course, artificial intelligence is still imperfect, and the heroine of the video has traditional neural network problems with her fingers, and sometimes 3 or 4 hands appear in the frame at all. But you must admit, for your descendants who will live in some distant 23rd century, such a video will become an important part of family history.
5.
Listen to the world's first fable about artificial intelligence. This is a short story by philosopher Nick Bostrom about a flock of sparrows, eloquently describing the relationship between humans and artificial intelligence. "We are so small and weak," the sparrows chirped. "We are tired of tending our huge tree and building nests on it. We would like to have a big, strong owl that would help us to equip our world." Said and done. The sparrows got an owl's egg and decided to hatch an owl so that, while he was small, they could teach him how to build nests and take care of a tree. And only one wise old sparrow grumbled with displeasure. "Shouldn't we first think about the art of taming owls before we let this creature into our world?" This story is not over yet. The sparrow flock is still incubating the egg with the owlet, driving away the gloomy thoughts that once the owlet hatches, the sparrows will no longer be able to control it.
6.
What will the AI generation be like, and will it be the last? The huge number of gadgets surrounding us today leads to a dramatically dangerous decrease in people's interest in acquiring knowledge, especially in the field of exact and natural sciences. For example, it has been proven that children born after the advent of personal computers are much less erudite than their parents, and this has significantly affected the cognitive abilities of the new generation. The mental abilities of people born in the era of artificial intelligence will be even more under attack, because now there is someone to think for them, and they will not be able to imagine another life for themselves. The inverse relationship will work here. The more neural connections artificial intelligence has, the fewer people have them. So the human brain will begin to age ahead of time, and with it the entire body. Eventually, the AI generation will lose the ability to reproduce its own technologies and become completely dependent on artificial intelligence, which, by that time, is unlikely to need people.
7,
Forbes experts have published a 10-year forecast for the development of artificial intelligence. A radical shift towards the mass adoption of AI will happen overnight, and people in everyday life will begin to interact with bots more often than with their own kind. Artificial intelligence will replace personal assistants, tutors, career counselors, psychotherapists, accountants, lawyers, and romantic partners. In the real world, more than 100,000 humanoid robots will be involved, both highly specialized and universal, which will surpass humans in many areas of life. Not only corporations, but also small companies will start using AI, increasing profitability and productivity, which will lead to a revolution in the economy and subsequently to unemployment. Unemployment, in turn, will cause protests by those who will not find a place in the new world, and a number of countries will adopt laws on universal basic income.
8,
A head transplant is no longer a fantasy, but a completely solvable task. BrainBridge promises to give new life to patients suffering from incurable diseases with the help of head transplantation. The first unsuccessful attempt at such a transplant was made back in 1908. Then the head was transplanted to a dog, and since then this idea has been haunting scientists all over the world. This time, it is planned to use high-speed robotic systems that prevent the degradation of brain cells and ensure compatibility of the transplanted head and the donor's body. And in the next 8 years, with the help of artificial intelligence, scientists hope to solve the main problem of surgery, the connection and complete restoration of the spinal cord, nerves, and blood vessels. The operation will be recognized as successful while preserving the patient's consciousness, memories, and cognitive abilities, and this will be a real revolution in the field of medicine.
9,
Artificial intelligence hinders space exploration. Agree, it is strange that in a universe capable of accommodating billions of potentially habitable planets, we still have not found any signs of alien civilizations. A research article by astrophysicist Michael Garrett, published in the journal Acta Astronautica, which describes the hypothesis of the Great Filter, is able to explain this oddity. This hypothesis says that our neighboring civilizations died out before they had a chance to become multiplanetary, and most likely this happened because artificial intelligence got out of control. And if we assume that the average life expectancy of a technological civilization is no more than 100 years, from the possibility of receiving and transmitting signals between stars to the appearance of artificial superintelligence, then this time period is clearly not enough for the parallel and simultaneous development of at least 2 civilizations, given the billions of years of the universe's existence.
10,
The Chinese have shown the future of humanity in all its colors. Power banks for electric cars are being introduced in China. The Chinese no longer need to look for charging stations for the car. It is enough to call a power bank, which will arrive by itself or with a courier. Another Chinese invention is one step ahead of the achievements of Neuralink. Local scientists have not only successfully implemented a brain implant, but also supplemented it with a robotic arm. And in order to better cope with ordinary acute respiratory infections, Chinese AI doctors have treated 10,000 AI patients, gained experience, and are now ready to treat real people, taking into account all the individual characteristics of future patients. Increasingly, tour guides in China are also virtual. Startups offering metaverse travel are growing like mushrooms in the Middle Kingdom, and already today such trips are much more spectacular than real ones. However, there are also fans in China who like to transfer virtual reality into real life. Look at how unknown people are playing Tetris right on the facade of the building.
11,
A Chinese humanoid robot surprised the world by curling up into a ball. Atlas and Optimus robots will not come to their senses soon after watching the presentation of the world-famous Chinese company that creates high-performance robots. Unitree Robotics has been breathing down the backs of its American competitors since 2013, and in 2024, this high-tech company made a breakthrough that makes it the undisputed leader in the field of robotics. And the point here is not that the Chinese robot can gracefully stand up from a prone position or rotate its body 360 degrees, greeting the audience. And it's not even that it can't be unbalanced, and it knows how to curl up into a ball for easy storage somewhere in the closet. Its main advantage is the low price of $16,000 compared to competitors, which opens the way for this product packed with innovations and artificial intelligence to huge public investments.
12.
Artificial intelligence has revolutionized the high fashion industry. The fashion industry, perhaps, has suffered more than other branches of human activity from the arrival of artificial intelligence in our world. Less than a year has passed since couturiers, thanks to AI, no longer need people to advertise their clothes, as the fashion designers themselves have come under attack. The second annual AI Fashion Week was supported by Vogue magazine, which decided to lead what it cannot prevent. The competition allowed young designers to express themselves by providing 5 images illustrating the ideas of their collection, created with the help of artificial intelligence. The winners were 4 designers from Italy, the UAE, and Spain. The collections of the winners will be brought to life and will go on sale. The details are on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe.